welcome back to another episode of Checking In with Sin. I'm here with my good friend Shay. She's a fellow travel nurse of mine. She is here for the weekend. So this weekend we're gonna be doing a few fun things. We're gonna be hanging out. Right now we're going to brunch in Tampa. There's a spot called Love Child in South Tampa. We're gonna go have some fun, have some drinks, some good food. We will bring you guys along with us. We have a few more things planned this weekend. We're gonna go on a helicopter tour. We're gonna go on a yacht party. So we're gonna have some fun. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We're getting ready to go to a little yacht party in South Tampa off of CHANNELSIDE. I just want to take the time to show you guys what me and my friend are wearing. We decided to match. So we're wearing white jumpsuits, and yeah, we'll show you what we're wearing. Alright, so we made it on the yacht tour. It was a close call, y'all. It was a close call because the guy was like, oh, your outfit is too revealing. He said that to me, and I was like, wait a minute. And he's like, yeah, I can't let you on the boat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But he was like, oh, you can just kind of adjust your thing a little bit. And then kind of, I don't feel like I'm dressed crazy, but either way. We made it work, okay? We made it work. So right now, we are on the boat. We're getting ready to get onto the buffet. We ate brunch, and we're kind of full from that, but we're getting ready to have dinner. And then afterwards, we're going to go upstairs, dance a little bit, have a good time. So I'm super excited. Like, I'm super excited. Yeah, so far, except for that guy. But so far, so good. Little bump in the road. Yeah, a little bump in the road, but it happens. causing problems out here. Alright guys, so we just finished the yacht party. Yacht party was good. How'd you like the yacht party, Shay?
The yacht party was a good time.
It was a good time. It was very like, hello. It was very like chill vibes. My friend is causing a problem in downtown Tampa because listen, everyone is coming up to her like, dude, you're so fucking pretty. She's causing a problem, like.
Y'all know I'm shy.
So we're in Sparkman Wharf right now. We're gonna see if we can get some drinks. My belly's full, so we're not really gonna get food, but some drinks, some good time, enjoy the weather. Yeah. Alright guys, so we're here chilling, lounging at Sparkman Wharf. We're getting some nice breezes. Sun is setting, lights are coming on. So I'm sitting here with Shay, and we're sitting here talking about the differences in the cultures we experience at all the hospitals we work at. Some hospitals are chill, some hospitals are, everything's a hot mess. The hospitals in Florida, for one, will kick your whole ass.
Overworking and underpaid.
Overworking and underpaid, for real. Like, I remember when I was in St. Pete, I was at St. Pete Bayfront Health. It's a trauma hospital. Patients are out of control. Like, you know how they all have brain injuries and stuff like that, but I feel like it's not safe to have 6 patients like that. You know what I mean? I was on the trauma unit. But you know, they all have been in car accidents or stabbing, shooting, whatever the case may be. So they all have some type of brain injury. On the other hand, I worked in Miami, but like in St. Pete, everyone helped each other out. That was the culture there. Everyone helped each other out. It doesn't matter who you were, traveler, staff, whatever. But in Miami, like, it was a pretty chill hospital. No one wanted to help nobody. Everyone had an attitude. Everyone was
like
rude.
In Miami, they like cliquish.
Very cliquish.
Everybody is for themselves.
Very cliquish. Very cliquish, and it's honestly, it gets really annoying because it's like you're doing this for the well-being of the patient. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing this for yourself. Like, you're trying to take care of your patients. You know what I mean? So honestly, I've worked throughout Florida. I've been seeing the same things, same issues every hospital I go to. What about you, Shay? What about when you went to other states? What was your experience?
So the other states that I've been to was Texas and California. I was safe for sure. California, hands down. I think that was the best experience I had as a nurse. They have, you know, like, I guess you can call them labor laws in place where the nurse-patient ratio is not outstanding. Like the hospital I'm at, I've had up to 9 patients, and that 9 patients,
and that's
like,
here in Florida.
There's literally no time to breathe. 9 patients at a hospital in Florida. In California, when you get 6 patients, you go into, they call it a crisis, where they have crisis charting, and like, basically it's just a crisis to have more than pretty much 5 patients. So the minimum is 4 to 5 per nurse.
I didn't even know that existed. I did not know that.
They have, you know, I guess you can call it labor laws in place for people in California working there. Like every time you work over 8 hours, anything over 8 hours is time and a half overtime. So every shift after 8 hours was overtime.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I loved it, and the people there was so
Are you kidding
helpful. Like, there was not anybody there that I couldn't feel like I could ask for help. Like, if whatever I needed, they were so proactive. I never was scared or felt uncomfortable or felt like a bother. I have nothing to say about California. I actually worked in Fresno specifically in the hospital, but it was very, very nice. The people were very nice, and if I get the opportunity to go back, I will.
You go back.
Like, being at that hospital made me, like, it basically brought me back to my senses of why I wanted to be a nurse, and, like, you know, the passion for it. Like, you can actually enjoy it and fulfill your career.
And you can make a difference in the patient's stay, in the patient's lives. Sometimes you can actually like communicate and connect with your patients and make them feel like someone actually cares about them. Like, that's one thing.
If you have like more than 5 patients, like, it's no way. It's not enough time is not enough attention. Like, you really, with more than 4 or 5, you really only doing what you can.
Yeah, you're doing what you can.
Like, especially if it's a heavy load, you're really only doing what you can.
My thing, like, I remember when I was a CNA, I'd give people baths, I'd clean them up, and I really used to connect with patients when I was either giving them a bath or cleaning them up, because I'd ask them, where are you from? What are you doing here? How do you like where you are? Like, who do you have at home to take care of you? Like, we would just talk about all types of stuff. Like, what do you like to do on your days off? What movies do you like? Like, if I see them watching, like, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So if I see them watching Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all these things, Marvel movies, I'm like, oh, you like that? Did you see the new movie coming out? You know what I mean? Like, I get to actually talk to these people. And I feel like I related to them.
Yeah, some more,
you know,
connection when you have.
Yes.
Like, when you can actually care. Like, when you actually care for the patient.
Yeah.
When you feel more fulfilled. But it's
Yes.
like, you have so many patients, the only thing you can really do is make sure they get their medication. And try to do their dressing change, honestly, if they have dressing. Medication and dressing is the main thing that I try to knock out for sure. And of course, pain. Until they get the pain medicine.
You can only do the things that, like, you're required to do. But that's not how nursing should be. You should be able to do the stuff you're required to do, like meds, all that stuff. But you should also be able to address their emotional needs, because there's a lot of patients in the hospital that are terrified, they're scared, they're stressed out, but just talking to someone helps their anxiety or their fear or whatever the case may be. It helps a lot, you know what I mean? And I feel like as a nurse, nowadays, we're just so stressed, we're spread thin, and we can't really connect with patients on that level. We're just feeding them pills.
And being tired and burned out, like, the compassion goes out the window when you're so tired. It's to the point where you're like, you know, like right now, I'm at the point at the hospital that I work at right now, like, I never want to go. You know, I never want to go to work. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go to work. But when I was in California, it's like that. It's okay. Yeah, going to work, do my shift, come back home. But now it's like I dread it. So it's like when you already want to be somewhere and then it's like hectic all the time. It's like the compassion goes out.
Yeah, because you're trying to keep your cool.
Exactly.
You're not even thinking about going the extra mile. You're trying to compose yourself. Like, yeah, I know what that feels like.
For sure.
So, I don't know. I feel like something in nursing needs to change. Or maybe I'm just burnt out and I need to change myself. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, everything boils down to money. Things would change if they would do what they would. Like, basically wasn't so stingy. I feel like, you know, hospitals, they get the budgets and whatnot. But I feel like they want to do as much as possible on the least amount of budget. More of the budget for staffing. Like, they work the staff to death instead of, like, you know, they spread you far thin instead of adequately, you know, staffing units. They spread you thin. It's like, it's only so much you can do, only so much you can take.
Yeah, it's terrible. I feel like ever since, because I noticed this a little bit before the pandemic, but ever since the pandemic, it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Every hospital I go to as a traveler, worse, and it's the same thing everywhere. You know what I mean? So,
and it's like in these hospitals, they have like the educationalists, especially the nurse managers. They aren't on the floor, but you know they communicate with people on the floor, and they just act like nothing is wrong.
Yeah, they act like,
how's it going? You know, I'm like, oh, I'm going. I tell them, you know, I'm just trying to make it through. And they're like, oh, what's wrong? I'm like, how can you not know what's wrong? Like, everybody is quitting left and right. Like, you're orienting tens of nurses at a time. Like, you can't.
And they're leaving before they're done with orientation.
It really frustrates me because they act like, you know, they're trying to make it seem like it's not what it is. It's terrible. And they try to act like it's not. But at the end of the day, they aren't the one on the floor, and they're trying to downplay the situation. And it's like, no, like, they're trying to make it seem like something is not. Your hospital is terrible, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to go to this specific hospital.
Listen, these nurses, these, you know, nurse educators, all these, you know, all those frou-frou titles, they were floor nurses, and they left the floor for a reason.
Exactly.
So they know what's going on.
So it's all an act when they want to act, you know, what's going on, what's wrong on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I'm sure you're used to too at that point in time. So it's like, there's no need to act like you don't know what's going on. And once they ask that, you ask them, you know, once you figure out why you can't keep nursing on the floor, then you'll understand what's going on the floor. Ask yourself that first before you ask me why am I just like, you know, making it through each shift.
Honestly, I don't know if this is a myth, but I've heard of some places where like nurses in HR, nurse educator, all that stuff, they have to do mandatory, they have a name for it, mandatory clinical or whatever, where one shift a month they have to go on the floor to see what's the problems, what's the nurses dealing with, what are the needs of the unit, you know what I mean? It's not everywhere, but I've heard some places implement that. I feel like just from one shift you'll know.
Right.
You'll know what's going on.
Because really it's the word of mouth. What can you really change and what can you do from the word of mouth until you experience?
Yeah, exactly.
So all you goddamn nurses, educators out here, and people who are in management office positions, don't ask me what's wrong until you get on the floor and you see for yourself.
They already
know. No, that's what I'm going to tell you. Get on the floor and you'll see for yourself.
Exactly. So we left Sparkman. We're about to hit up a Cold Stone Creamery, get some ice cream. Guilty pleasure, so let's go.